Do you guys remember this guy, Brandon Lee, who played in this movie, The Crow? You know, the one that supposedly accidentally got shot on the scene of a movie? Or was it murder? Will anyone ever notice how much he resembles Chris Klein? You know Chris Klein, right? The Suck Me Beautiful guy from American Pie?
Suck me, beautiful.
No, you don't see the resemblance? Well, what about here, with both their shirts off? Closer? Well, what about here? I mean, their noses are awfully similar, and so are their lips. Well, what if we put them side by side and then combine them? I wonder if they would fit symmetrically. Well, would you look at that? You can hardly tell there's a different person there. Different person there. And I've said it once, but I'll say it again. Faces don't match this symmetrically unless they're the same. Case in point, he seems to have a long face, kind of like I have a long face. Why don't we compare our faces? So let's see what happens when we match up two people with elongated faces and see if we can get it to match. All right, the noses and lips, pretty close. Oh, but the eyes aren't anywhere close and the hairline's not anywhere close. Now, let's see what happens when we match up the hairline. Okay, hairline's matched up, but the chin is way off. You see what I'm saying here, people? Faces don't match that perfectly unless they're the same person. And well, not only do they match in one set of pictures, but another as well. It's a perfect symmetrical match every time. But I wonder if there's more evidence. I wonder if maybe they would move their heads and mouths and eyes alike if they were the same person, even if they are acting, trying to act like a different person. They might get caught having the same mannerisms and mouth movements and intonation with their mouth and tongue. And well, if you haven't seen my videos, you know I don't present these unless I find smoking guns. Like, I don't know, those two dots and those two dots, and hey, they seem to have some similar markings right on their lips. Maybe like that's a scar. Odd they would have the same scar, and even odd they would have that same little mark on their lip. What are the odds that two supposedly different people are going to have all these exact markings? Let's take a look at who these belong to. Oh, and the noses, could they be any more similar? Oh, there's Brandon and Mr. Suck Me Beautiful. And for those of you saying, but they're two different ethnicities. Well, yeah, do you know that surgery exists to literally make you look less Asian or more Asian? Now I want to finish off by saying something. I'm literally over here trying to break you out of the mental prison that you don't even realize you're in. What you do is you look at something on TV and you believe it. And I'm here providing evidence to the contrary of the TV. Maybe instead of running to the comments and telling me how ridiculously stupid I am that your cousin knew a guy that worked with Brandon Lee on set, so this couldn't possibly be true, you should think to yourself, there's some actual visual evidence that he is presenting here. Should I ignore that because I believed something that I learned on the TV and just completely ignore it? Or should I sit with this for a minute and think to myself, maybe I could have been fooled. Maybe the TV is lying to me more than I realized. And just because you don't understand why these people would fake their deaths and become someone else doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means that you haven't taken the time to figure out why. And they add this little aspect to it, so you focus on this or this instead of the fact that he's not really dead. He just became Chris Klein. Well, and if all this wasn't enough for you, we know how, at least some of us know how they like to use the number 33 and put it in everything they do, and I'll leave you with this.
And then nothing's happened.
But there's something to be learned. And thinking about that time, for me at 33 now, there's something to be learned about that.
Of course, all this is for entertainment purposes. I know those are two totally different people, even though their foreheads are the same, their eyes are the same, and
I
their
went to a
mouths are
couple
the same.
different schools, some public schools and some private schools.
Entertainment
I
only.
moved around a lot.
school.